The Honourable Te Urarawa Whavel.
Tēnā koe, Mr. Speaker. Kia ora tātou katoa, hei tēnei ahi ai. Mr. Speaker, about 2 or 3 weeks ago was Māori Language Week, and I wanted to firstly just offer some reflections on Māori Language Week. Can I thank all members for their efforts around pronunciation of Māori names for Māori Language Week? Ka nui te mihi kia koutou. Mr. Speaker, can I thank you? I've got to say that on that Tuesday when you came down the aisle here, I'm pretty sure everybody was watching you and you had plenty of eyes on you. You went up to your platform and you started with our karakia. So, koi nei te mihi ki a koe. I want to say thank you. While you took your time over it, it was brilliant that you set the scene for the House. And I want to say congratulations for that. Maybe next time relax a bit. Only because I think everybody was watching. I just want to acknowledge you for your efforts. Thank you so much for setting the scene for the week. And the hope will be that we take it out and not just have it for that focus for the 1 week, but indeed offer our karakia up in Māori throughout the year. I just ask you to give some consideration to that. But I do appreciate you setting the scene, because that set the scene for the rest of the House, although I think we've fallen backwards a little bit over the last week. Māori Language Week, sir, I actually should thank the whole nation, because the whole nation came behind that whole campaign. Broadcasters attempted. I had a hui with government agencies who said that they will give bilingual signs a go. I want to acknowledge the father of one of the members, Pēni Henare, his dad, Erima Henare, was honoured out at Waifetu for his work for Māori language. He was one who was hugely passionate about our language. But I suppose in the end, I got asked the question, what are we going to do to look at increasing the number of speakers? What do you really need to do? Te Roro, and I said basically that it's all about a heart thing. You can teach people as much as you like, but unless your heart believes in it, it isn't going to happen. And so we thank the Black Caps for coming out with Aotearoa on the one-day shirt. That's pretty awesome, and they're thinking about having a bilingual website shortly. My office, we raised about $30 from those people paying fines for speaking English in our offices. So just know, everybody, if you visit the Māori Party, there's a Māori speaking zone there. I want to pay tribute to Finian Galbraith, a young boy from Kapiti College, who set the website alive by pronouncing and asking everybody to give consideration to speaking Māori properly. Mr. Speaker, when I started my teaching career in a place called Kaikoura, all of the children that I taught said Kaikoura. Their parents said Kaikoura. Their grandparents and great-grandparents said Kaikoura. I was a Māori language teacher. Was I going to turn that tide around? Probably not. But what it did do is sort of remind me that what we learn as kids is likely to be the way that we will stay generation after generation after generation. So even 2 weeks after Māori Language Week, I've been sitting here listening, and I've heard the words Wairarapa, I've heard Taranaki, I've heard Papakura. And I'm saying to us as members of Parliament, if we can do it for 1 week, surely to goodness we can do it on a daily basis. The papakura is papakura, the papatoe is papatoe, the taranaki is taranaki, and wairarapa is wairarapa. So I ask members to think about that. It's not too hard. If it's good enough for Finian, it should be surely good enough for all of us. So shortly the Te Reo Māori Bill will be coming into the House, which sets the framework around hopefully strategies that come out of that for Te Reo Māori in this country. But strategies are just strategies. It really does come down to what we believe in our hearts and our minds. And in wrapping up, I suppose there's some things that rest with me as a Māori on our marae, that we need to take up the challenge to speak our language there, because you have to feel safe about what you do and utilising the resources around you. But Te Reo Māori is from this land. It belongs to me, it belongs to you, it belongs to all of us. And I enter this plea in the Parliament this afternoon that the catchphrase for this year is Whāngaia Te Reo Māori ki te whānau. Feed the language to our children. And it can't be hard for us to start doing that with our children, our grandchildren, because what we learn as young kids will stay with us to be parents, to be grandparents. And if we start now with our own and our own families, that will set the scene for the country. If people are looking at us in this Parliament to set the scene, I think it shouldn't be too hard for us to follow on. having said that, I thank all members for their efforts during Māori Language Week. Tēnā koutou katoa.
Anā koe.